Absyu, please introduce yourself.
My name is Absyu Sharma. I hail from the district Jammu of UT of Jammu and Kashmir. I've completed my higher schooling from Mahavir International School. After then, I've completed my BTech in civil engineering from Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh. Since then, I've been preparing for the civil services examination for both the union and the state level. My optional is philosophy, and my hobbies and interests include football, table tennis, and a little bit of esports as well.
Honorable member Arushi ma'am, please.
So, Abaisu, how do you pronounce it?
Absyu.
What do you mean by it?
Ma'am, it is derived from a Sanskrit word from the Bhagavad Gita, which means good conduct, and as well as freedom as well.
आपको ऐसा लगता है कि आप अपने नाम को सही ठहरा रहे हैं?
Ma'am, I try my level best to be true to my name. I feel like I make a point to every day to have a good conduct and not be rude to others.
As I can see your DAP, it's very impressive. Your academic record has been very impressive. And you are the student of PEC, right? Punjab Engineering College. So it's a very prestigious college as such. So I remember there's one very prominent alumni from that college. Can you recall any prominent?
Yes, ma'am. Our college is the pioneer in aeronautics engineering, and as such, Miss Kalpana Chawla was our alumni. She later joined NASA and went on a first expedition. Became the first Indian to go on an astronomical expedition.
I think being from such a prestigious college, you must be having ample of opportunities, in corporate sector, in other engineering sectors of government. So why so you've chosen civil services as a profession?
Ma'am, our college offers internship program during the third year. I would say that was my turning point to switching fields, as in my experience during the internship showed that no doubt civil engineering is crucial to our country and to the society as well, but its domain is limited to infrastructure, and in order to quell or curtail the issues of a society, we have to work upon the social infrastructure as well. So therein, I would say civil services has a wide domain in comparison to civil engineering, and that is when I decided to make the switch, or at least try to change my field.
So how come philosophy as an option for an engineering student?
Ma'am, there are multiple reasons to it. First of all, would be that from the point of view of the examination, civil engineering as a subject is very vast, and I tried it in the initial stages, but the course material and the coaching institutes were not as ample. Moreover, my interest initially in philosophy was present there. I was very intrigued by the question of religion, about immortality, life after death, and whatnot. So philosophy was there in the back of my mind always. But in according to the examination as well, it offers certain advantages in comparison to the other subjects. So my optional was philosophy.
Do you think philosophy as a subject is relevant for civil services, or for, do you think it's suitable to the reality we live in? Because I think it's more like, philosophy is something we take it with very negative connotation. We often say, "wo philosopher hai." We take it with a very negative connotation. So how do you take it? Do you think it's still relevant for us as a society or as a civil servant?
Definitely, ma'am. According to me, philosophy has strict relevance in civil services, particularly because it is the study of thought. It is how we decide and how we bring on, or how we come up to conclusions. And as such, the particular job, the civil services, entails us to make decisions on a day-to-day basis. And hence, to sum it up in a common connote, philosophy as a subject enables me to think in a more wider ambit. How to have compassion, what does compassion mean in itself? What does ethics mean? Where does morality originate from? All of it, I would say, is entailed in the study of philosophy. Hence, I would say it is very much relevant to the current scenarios and to the job of civil services as well.
So who's your favorite philosopher from Jammu and Kashmir?
Particularly from Jammu and Kashmir, I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm not aware of any philosophers. If I have to say philosophers who have visited Jammu and Kashmir, I would say Adi Shankaracharya's Advaita Vedanta is a prominent one that I really like.
No, do you have any current philosopher from Jammu and Kashmir currently?
I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm not aware.
So You must be aware that we had a war-like situation during May 2025, in the beginning of May, right? What was the impact of that war on your life?
Ma'am, particularly, I would say that seeing wars on, like seeing the border situation, we are very disconnected with the realities of what a war is like. I would say the most prominent change this skirmish or the war situation of May 2025 was that it brought the war into our forefront or into our back alley, and that is how we realized how difficult, how dangerous a war can be. Moreover, I would say.
See, you're talking like a philosopher. You are using, very heavy words and everything. I'm talking, what was the impact?
Impact particularly on my daily life, ma'am, that would be there were frequent shutdowns, blackouts as well, so it did affect my studies as well. I would say I was unable to go to the library. We were supposed to stay back home. My parents, especially my mother, was a little scared as well, since we live around the army area. They were trying to particularly target military establishments as well. At one point, a lot of the people in the colony were deciding to shift to some other place until things settle down.
So, what would a philosopher do in such a situation? Like you said, philosophy is very important in terms of compassion and everything. But how would you use your philosophy in such a situation?
Ma'am, particularly philosophy in this situation would be to advise temperance to the family so as to not rush into things, have courage and have faith in our forces, so that we know our forces can defend ourselves, and we know we don't need to go anywhere. Moreover, in such situations, I would say the stark inequalities in the society come to the forefront. So we have to have unity in the society and help others as much as possible. Since due to shutdowns and blackouts, there might be people who are unable to afford the basic necessities. So we can go out and help those people as well. So I would say my philosophy would come into some help at that point.
Achha, chalo, a very cliche question asked almost in every interview, but again a very important question. Why do you want to become a civil servant?
Ma'am, particularly as I explained that my transition to civil services from civil engineering was in some way influenced by my experiences in the internship progress. Particularly one event that still dawns in my mind is that while on general inspection during my internship time, I visited the quarters and the residential areas of the people working in that project. It was the AIMS Jammu project. I was working with CPWD for the AIMS project, and I saw the miserable condition that they work in, the lack of safety equipments, and the lack of general consensus and grievance redressal among the people. And that is when I would say I realized that there are limitations to what a civil engineer can do, and there are powers and authorities that a civil servant has to make actual changes in the life of people.
Who's your favorite civil servant?
Ma'am, particularly reading in, I would say, Mr. Sarvochish Somavanshi. His example of
He's currently in service, or yes?
He is currently in service in Madhya Pradesh.
What is his major contribution which led you to decide to come to civil service?
Ma'am, to say a major contribution, I would say that his little gesture of just giving up all his basic amenities that were provided by the government. For example, a simple thing as giving up the AC in his office to the rehabilitation centers back in a district in Madhya Pradesh. It helped a lot of children. I would say the emotion or the feeling of selflessness, that is what inspired me the most.
Okay, last question.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you understand by esports? You just mentioned it in your hobbies.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, esports, I would say, is a subset of the gaming industry that is currently on the boom in India. Esports would be now last year, Ministry of Youth and Sports included it in its ambit, and this year India would be participating in the Asian Games in Seoul. Not in Seoul, in Japan. So esports to me is basically digital games, and wherein competitive sections can also take part.
All right. Thank you so much, Absyu.
Sakina ma'am, please.
Okay. Absyu, as I see in your DAF, district which your father originally belonged is Gathua, right? So tell something about Kathua region.
Prominently, ma'am, Kathua's origin or Kathua's establishment can be dated back to 2000 years, wherein it was established by the Andotra king, Raja. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. It was Raja Devraj of the Andotra clan. It sits as the gateway towards J&K from wherein the Lakhanpur is also called as the gateway to J&K, and it shares an international border with Pakistan, closely to 61 kilometers of international border with Pakistan, and it borders Samba, Udhampur, and the Doda district.
Okay, do you know something about what is Khad?
Khad?
Yes.
I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm not.
Okay, now did you read today's newspaper?
I'm sorry, ma'am, I did not.
Okay, your optional is philosophy, right? So tell me why Buddhism declined in India despite being its birthplace?
Ma'am, despite despite India being the birthplace of Buddhism, there were many factors that led to its decline. Particularly in the later stages after the death of Gautam Buddha, the transition from Prakrit back to the language of Sanskrit, which was not the language of the masses. So there was a certain disconnect between the preachers of the faith and the local populace. Similar context can be seen with the Orthodox Hinduism, wherein Sanskrit was chosen as the language of propagation, while the language of the masses was not Sanskrit. Moreover,
but at the same time, there was one of the sect that was Hinayana sect. There is basically the Prakrit language in that. Yes, then why it declined?
Ma'am, since Buddhism split into sects, there was, I would say, split in philosophies in both the Hinayana and Mahayana. Moreover, resurgence of Hinduism was also another fact that paved in the decline of Buddhism. Since Buddhism also emphasizes austerity, peace, and non-violence, they were unable to defend themselves from aggressors who wanted their own religion to be propagated as well.
Okay, there is one of the core philosophy in Jainism. What is it?
Ma'am, Jainism's core philosophy is Anekantvad and Syadvad.
And what is Anekantavad?
Anekantvad, ma'am, strictly translates to theory of manyness of reality. So what Jainas basically propagate is that no attribution of a thing is final. There are many perspectives to see a thing, and hence we can attribute about a thing in many ways. So hence no judgment is final.
So now how it is different from Nayavada?
Nayavad. Ma'am, Nayavad is Jaina's view of attribution, wherein they say that every statement has to be prefixed by Syad. That is to say, from my point of view, this thing appears to be like that. Hence, it is a realization of the fact that your point of view is not final and it is just relative to yourself.
Okay, so discuss philosophical perspective on your artificial intelligence.
Ma'am, artificial intelligence, recently in the background of the AI summit that was held in New Delhi, I would say our government's push to democratize artificial intelligence, it has a philosophical basis because the government wants everyone to have access to AI, the AI to be transparent and to be governed not just by algorithms but by ethics and morality. I would say that also has a philosophical basis in it.
Okay, man is sovereign over his body, mind, and soul. Who gave it? And commit on it.
Ma'am, I'll be going on a limb and taking a guess. I think it is Rousseau who said this. I'm not sure.
Now, what is Nishkarma Karma? Nishkarma Karma.
Nishkam Karma, ma'am, it means that disinterested act. Basically, whatever act we do in life, we have to have no other intentions behind it. We have to act, or we have to work towards anything without any particular intentions in mind. So basically, it is a part of Vedic philosophy wherein in order to not accumulate karmas, we have to have that disinterested desire towards working for others.
Okay, in a prone conflict world, what is the significance of truth and non-violence?
Ma'am, truth and non-violence can be critical to ending this conflict-prone world. Basically, when the truth is curtailed, or in some sense heralded from the people, that is when violence and bigotry step in. In order to end the circle of violence, we have to snap the curtailment of truth and bring in transparency, so that people can see the things and decide for themselves, and not let just other governments or people sitting on top decide for themselves.
Okay.
Thank you, Sakina ma'am. Okay, Mr. Absyu, I'll start with the simple question. As your optional is philosophy is such an optional that everyone is interested in asking a lot of questions, so I'll also ask one of mine. Can you name one Indian school of thought of philosophy of India which does not believe in rebirth?
Particularly, sir, Charvaka school of philosophy does not believe in rebirth. Their basic tenets is hedonism, wherein they propagate bodily pleasures over anything else.
You did civil engineering from Punjab Engineering College in 2022. You've been appearing for civil services since then?
Yes, sir.
It's been almost 4 years. I'm guessing that you completed your graduation in June or July.
Yes.
So in June or July, it'll be 4 years since you've been preparing. But you only appeared for UPSC twice. Why so?
Sir, last year I appeared for UPSC in 2023 and 2024. I did not appear for the UPSC examination last year, that is in 2025, because the dates clashed a bit with the mains examination for 2024 JKPSC. There was a gap of only 1 month in between those two examinations, so I thought to prioritize JKPSC's mains over UPSC's prelim.
How many mains have you written so far?
So this is my second mains.
This is your first interview?
Yes, sir.
Okay, first time. As far as the civil services exam is concerned, you know the unpredictability and the selection ratio. You know, it's quite obvious out there, 0.001% selection rate. However, from the perspective of returns you get when you qualify this exam, it is quite obvious that UPSC gives you more returns. If we talk from ROI perspective, return on investment, a business term, but definitely relevant with the exam perspective also. You put in number of hours, years, months, and then you get a particular service. So when the syllabus is same, when the pattern is same, and you have years of years left, till you will get ineligible. Like you are like 24 right now, 24, 25, and you have like 5 years of your life ahead. Why did you prioritize UPSC over JKPSC?
Sir, particularly I would say my reason to come into this service was to actually work upon the social infrastructure and actually make a difference. And in order to analyze the two services in itself, the scale or the impact of service is vastly different between both. No doubt that both JKPSC and UPSC are of the similar extent. The services are of the similar extent, but the ambit or the scale of difference that I could make in UPSC is way more than JKPSC. It is not just a return on investment thing, I would say, but also the impact that it can make on the lives of people.
So, by your logic, UPSC is better than JKPSC, right? This is what you said. The scale is higher.
The scale is higher. I wouldn't dumb it down to calling it better than JKPSC.
The scale is higher.
Yes, sir.
So, you have still not answered my question. Why have you not prioritized UPSC to JKPSC? Is it something you want to live in the state only or serve in the state only? Is that it?
No, not at all. So that is not the case. I have not particularly. I've given in both the services. I've given 2 examinations. It is not like I've not prioritized JKPSC or UPSC.
But you did not appear for it last year because of it was clashing with JKPSC, right? So you prioritized JKPSC or UPSC?
Sir, in that instance, I would say particularly since it was my first time. It was my second time giving the mains, and last year I was unable to make it to the interviews by a small margin. I thought maybe most likely my chances of success here would be higher than UPSC.
Logical answer. Okay. Tell me, is killing justified in any situation? Maybe to punish a perpetrator of a crime, or in any situation, is killing justified?
Sir, if we go by the universal ethics, I would say killing is unjustified. But in situations such as in self-defense or in security of our nation, I would say killing is justified. Killing a heinous criminal can help save the lives of many in the future, or killing a terrorist who might hurt others can also be called as a justified killing. So it depends upon the situation.
The needs of the many over the needs of the few.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So your father belongs to the police services. He is an SP. Will you also prefer the JKPS service?
Yes, sir. I've seen him wear that uniform since my childhood, and I have a certain inclination towards that uniform. So
So that is your priority service. Have you filled that form yet?
yes, sir.
Okay. What happens if you don't get the police services? Will you appear again?
No, sir. I wouldn't say just because of me not getting into the police services, I would reappear or not join in. That would be a disservice to even just clearing the paper itself.
No, it's not disservice. There is an option. When the rules allow you to appear once again, there is no disservice. If you can qualify exam multiple times, that's your talent.
Of course, sir. But coming back to that point that since the end goal is to actually work upon the social infrastructure, it does not matter if I go prominently the police way or the administrative way. In both the services, I would get ample opportunity to actually work. So I don't think that would be a major condition for me to not join just because I'm not getting the police.
Okay, last question. How does your degree in civil engineering makes you a better candidate for a civil servant, for being a civil servant than any other one? We know that doctors and engineers dominate this service. So how is your civil engineering degree going to help you to be a better civil servant?
Sir, to me, civil engineering is all about economics, how to get the best possible structure using the best possible materials, but also at the same time minimizing the effective or the total cost of the project. So it involves a lot of planning, analytical skills, analysis, and I would say a gross number of check marks have to be taken care of. So my background in civil engineering would, in some sense, or to a major sense, I would say, help me in the analytical aspect of the service. Moreover, it would help me analyze and disperse funds properly and to allocate it to the best possible use. So I would say civil engineering in that sense would help me in the critical analysis of the services.
Okay, that's all from the side. Ma'am, I would request you to please give your comments for any improvement.
अब ऐसे कोई और पॉपुलर इस नाम के हैं, कोई प्रोमिनेंट पर्सनालिटी आपके नेम से जो जैसा है, अब आइसो नाम से कोई नहीं, यूनिक इन एवरी सेंस, ठीक है. ऑल्दो आई थिंक यू आर ऑलरेडी अ टॉप 5 में आने वाले इन यूपीएससी एंड जेकेपीएससी ऑल्सो. एक दो चीजें जो मेरे को लगी वो ये है कि जब भी आपसे सवाल पूछते हैं आप एकदम सुनते ही आंसर कर देते हो. आई नो यू आर वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट, यू नो द आंसर, बट इससे ना कभी कभी क्या होता है, ये बैकलैश लगता है इंटरव्यूअर को, लगता है मैं पूछ रहा हूँ ये सुन नहीं रहा है, ये बता रहा है मुझे आता है, बस मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ. ऐसा नहीं लगना चाहिए. देयर शुड बी अ सर्टेन अमाउंट ऑफ रिस्पेक्ट टुवर्ड्स द इंटरव्यू. बस 2 सेकंड का पॉज हो, ज्यादा नहीं. like I'll give an example. Like Absyu, please introduce yourself. Take a 2 or 3 seconds pause, उसके बाद आंसर बैक. क्योंकि इमीडिएटली जब आप करते हो ना, इंटरव्यूअर को ऐसा लगता है कि यार इसको सब आता है, इसको मेरी बात की अहमियत नहीं है. इंटरव्यूअर को ऐसे इतने कॉन्फिडेंट लोग पसंद नहीं होते हैं. उनको लगता है कि एक लर्नर आना चाहिए मेरे पास जो लर्न करना चाह रहे. ठीक है, ये चीज मुझे लगी. और एक चीज और, जब आपसे कोई एक सवाल पूछ रहे हैं उसको ज्यादा तवज्जो देनी है, उनको देखना है, थोड़ा सा बाकी दो को भी हल्का हल्का सा बीच में नजर. वी कैन ट्राई इट वंस अगेन इफ यू वांट. आई विल आस्क यू अ क्वेश्चन. मेरे को 70% मुझे देखो, बट बीच बीच में एक हल्की सी ग्लांस इनको दे.
आई वुड से कि जैसे आई कांटेक्ट आपके साथ है तो बीच में आई वुड जस्ट टर्न अराउंड और जस्ट आईज से, मतलब जैसे ये.
Absyu, please introduce yourself.
My name is Absyu Sharma. I hail from district Jammu of UT of Jammu and Kashmir. I've completed my higher schooling from Mahavir International.
एक सेंटेंस बोलो, उसके बाद हल्का सा पॉज उनको दे दो. आप समझ जाओगे, घर में प्रैक्टिस करना, विल बी डन. और एक लास्ट चीज जो मैंने चीज फोकस की कि जब मैंने आपसे हिंदी में सवाल किया, उसका जवाब हिंदी में देना इज स्मार्टनेस. इट्स नॉट गुड इफ somebody is asking you in English, you are answering in asking in Hindi or answering in English. वो चीज थोड़ा सही नहीं रहता, समझ रहे हैं. हमारी मातृभाषा हिंदी, अगर आपको हिंदी में पूछा है तो बोलो हिंदी में. ठीक है. बाकी आपकी स्माइल बहुत अच्छी, स्माइल करते रहो बीच बीच में.
एक्चुअली लास्ट टाइम मैंने एसआर में भी इंटरव्यू दिया था, तो उस टाइम मुझे पैनल में ने बोला कि यू स्माइल अ लॉट.
नहीं नहीं, योर स्माइल इज गुड, मतलब डिसेंट है, जितनी की उतनी करनी है।
But they were saying it looks a little casual. It can be a little disrespectful.
आपकी जितनी स्माइल थी इतनी ही देनी है, जितनी अभी दे रहे हो परफेक्ट है। मैंने ऐसे कमेंट किया, योर स्माइल इज गुड, इट्स वेरी पॉजिटिव, उस सेंस में मैंने बोला।
हो सकता है वहाँ ज्यादा स्माइल कर रहे हो, यहाँ पर
मुझे वही लगता है कि शायद थोड़ा सा ज्यादा हो गया था।
हाँ जी, आपकी ड्रेसिंग सेंस परफेक्ट है। हाँ, थोड़ा सा मुझे लगा जब आप आंसर करें वो थोड़ा सा स्माइलिंग आप नहीं वो कर रहे थे, वो ज़रूरी है। बट एट द सेम टाइम जैसे मैम ने कहा कि थोड़ा स्पीड, थोड़ा सुन के पहले क्वेश्चन देन उसके बाद आपने वो बता देना है। एंड एट द सेम टाइम देखो जैसे आपका ऑप्शनल उसमें आपने बहुत अच्छा किया, बट आपने बहुत फास्ट वो कर दिया, थोड़ा सा रुक रुक के, जैसे ऐसे लग रहा था कि रटा हुआ है, मतलब थोड़ा सा मतलब वो करके, है ना। देन क्योंकि हमें भी आना चाहिए ना कि मैं कोई क्रॉस क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछूं, आप वो मौका ही नहीं दे रहे थे, कहीं पे आप पॉज लेते तो मैं क्वेश्चन पूछ लेती, राइट। एंड द थिंग इज न्यूज़पेपर एनालिसिस, जिस दिन आप जाएंगे आप उस दिन पहले जो है सुबह ही आप जो है उस दिन का या 1-2 दिन पहले का वो न्यूज़पेपर का एनालिसिस करोगे, और स्पेशली उस दिन का ज़रूरी करना है। That's it.
मतलब थोड़ा बोलते हुए थोड़ा सा ठहराव बस, कहीं आप ये जैसे मैम कह रहे हैं कई बार इतना तेज हो रहा था मुझे समझ भी नहीं आ रहा था।
सीरियसली वो
I
चीज़
knew
इंसान
that you were confident, you had the knowledge. I know that. वो पर्सनालिटी से पता चल जाता है that आप फेक नहीं कर रहे हो, आपको सब पता है जो आप बोल रहे हो, आपके दिमाग में सब है। बट कई बार बोलते हैं ना कि क्या बोलते हैं, जैसे थोड़ा सा क्या बोलते हैं कि आप में और आम इंसान में यही फर्क है कि आप अपनी बातों को कितने सही तरीके से बता सकते हो। इतना मतलब कोई पीछे रेस नहीं लगी है, बिल्कुल आराम से, हमें कोई जल्दी भी नहीं है, उधर भी कोई जल्दी नहीं होगी, उनको आराम से बोल सकते हो, ठीक है।
वैसु मुझे लगा थोड़ा आप ओवर एक्सप्लेन करते हो और आप डिफेंड भी करते हो, फिलॉसफी इज स्पिलिंग ओवर योर पर्सनालिटी, लाइक यू सेड दिस। अगर आपकी सिलेक्शन नहीं होती जेकेपी में तो आप क्या करोगे? आपने कहा कि मैं दोबारा ट्राई नहीं करूंगा, ये डिससर्विस होगी। क्यों डिससर्विस होगी? बेसिकली फिलॉसफी थी ना आपके अंदर, तो आपने सोचा कि नहीं, ये एक्चुअली अगर आप ऐसा सोचते भी हो तो गलत सोचते हो, रूल्स तो हैं, दोबारा आप दे सकते हो एग्जाम, है मैम?
मैं तो सेटिस्फाइड थी इनके आंसर से, वो भी ठीक है, बट सर का पॉइंट भी वैलिड है।
मतलब अगर आपको रूल अलाउ करते हैं तो आपकी फेवरेट सर्विस है पुलिस, आपने फादर को बचपन से देखा, बेल सोर्स आपको चाहिए ही चाहिए, तो अगर है तो उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है दोबारा एग्जाम देने में। तो और ऐसा होता भी नहीं है रियल लाइफ में ना, मतलब अगर किसी को पुलिस चाहिए तो दोबारा देगा वो एग्जाम, उसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम है?
बट वो ऐसा भी आगे से क्रॉस क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं कि अगर फिर देन यू विल बी, अगर रिजर्व सीट में किसी आप और किसी की सीट ले रहे हो, नेक्स्ट ईयर यू विल टेक अनदर वन सीट, सो मतलब वैसा कुछ
लॉजिकली ये भी तो बात है ना, वो तो फिर ऐसा लगेगा कि उसने सीट वेस्ट तो करी थी ना इंसान ने, दैट्स एक्चुअली अ डिससर्विस ओनली, ही इज राइट इन हिज ओन पॉइंट।
मुझे ऐसा लगता है मैडम कि प्रैक्टिकल तो ऐसा है नहीं, हर कोई दूसरी बार एग्जाम तो देता ही है।
अभी जैसे यूपीएससी में चेंज हो गया कि यू कांट गिव अनदर एग्जाम बाय
यूपीएससी में हो गया, जेकेपीएससी में भी नहीं हुआ,
JKPSC में
वो नहीं हुआ।
एंड यस, जिस दिन जाओगे पूरा क्लीन शेव, राइट।
या तो थोड़ा बहुत ज्यादा स्टबल बियर्ड या तो क्लीन शेव। वैसे अगर बोर्ड का कंसेंसस है कि आप बोलो कि डिससर्विस है तो फिर ठीक है, मे बी आई एम रॉन्ग, नहीं, बिकॉज मे बी आई उस हिसाब से मैं प्रैक्टिकल देख रहा हूँ, बट बोर्ड का भी देखना है ना। अच्छा, दूसरी बात ये है कि मुझे लगता है आप बहुत यंग हैं, तो आपके अपने बाल सफेद क्यों छोड़े हुए हैं?
वो तो अभी कुछ करा नहीं मैंने
इसको कर लो, मुझे लगता है ब्लैक कर लेना चाहिए मैडम। थोड़ा लगता नहीं आपको कि यू आर सो यंग राइट नाउ, मतलब ऐसा थोड़ा अपीयरेंस लगता है कि आप एग्जाम प्रोसेस से काफी परेशान रह चुके हो, थक चुके हो। आई से भी लग रहा है, ऐसा लग रहा है सोए नहीं प्रॉपर्ली आप। मुझे लगता है कर लो, आप डाई कर लो,
तो ऑफ कोर्स करने हैं अभी हाँ
कर लेना आप नेक्स्ट टाइम जब भी इंटरव्यू में आओगे ना। अदरवाइज लगता है कि यार आपकी एज से बहुत ज्यादा बड़े दिखते हो आप। तो आप बाकी बोर्ड ने बता दिया आपको, मोरलेस एवरीथिंग इज सेम, थोड़ा बहुत ओवर एक्सप्लेन नहीं करो। जब मैंने आपको चरवाहा का पूछा तो आप, विच इज वन स्कूल ऑफ थॉट इन इंडियन फिलोसफी डज नॉट बिलीव इन रीबर्थ, हाँ चरवाहा का है, डज नॉट बिलीव इन रीबर्थ, खत्म। आपने उसके बाद 3-4 चीजें उसमें और ऐड कर दी, तो आप खुद ही दे रहे हो मटेरियल पूछने के लिए।
आपने बेसिकली गागर में सागर बनना है, ये होता है इंटरव्यू। जैसे मुझसे एक बार ये सवाल किया गया था, क्योंकि उन्होंने मुझको बोला आपका फेवरेट कौन है, लाइक फ्रीडम फाइटर, मैंने बोला महात्मा गांधी। सो आई सेड आई एम अ गांधीयन। उनको पता चल गया कि शीला इज गांधी, तो उन्होंने मुझसे पूछा कि अच्छा गांधी की बेसिक फिलोसफी क्या थी, तो मैंने पूरा पैराग्राफ सुना दिया, उन्होंने ये किया, उन्होंने वो किया, उन्होंने वो किया, लेकिन मैं एक शब्द में नहीं बता सकी। तो इंटरव्यूअर में आपको यही एक चंद शब्दों में सब चीज़ बतानी है, ठीक है। तो कीवर्ड जैसे आप कहते हैं, कीवर्ड यूज कर सकते हैं। जब आप कीवर्ड यूज कर लेते हैं आपका आंसर ऑटोमेटिकली फुलफिल हो जाएगा। तो जैसे इन्होंने चार्वाक फिलोसफी बताया, तो चार्वाक फिलोसफी आपको क्या बताया, बेसिक चीज क्या है कि मैरी इन दी प्रेजेंट,
आप इसको ऐसे शॉर्ट में 2 लफ्जों से बात खत्म कर सकते हो, बिकॉज इट्स नॉट अ 20 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन, यू आर नॉट राइटिंग इन मीन्स, यू आर आंसरिंग, दे वांट टू नो हाउ आप ऑब्जेक्टिफाई कितना कर सकते हो, ऑब्जेक्टिफाई एज इन लाइक ऑब्जेक्टिव कितना हो सकते हो, नॉट ऑब्जेक्टिव, आई एम सॉरी, ऑब्जेक्टिव कितना हो सकते हो, गागर में सागर कैसे भर सकते हो, so that's the point, don't need to explain everything, we are not writing answers, otherwise you are like, I am telling you, अगर improve कर लोगे you will be in top 5.
ठीक है, थैंक यू विशु।
Thank you.